Welcome, everyone. Great to have you with us for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling a headline that's, well, pretty huge in the finance world. If you're looking to get smart, fast, on what's really shifting things globally, you are absolutely in the right place. We're digging into a major milestone, BlackRock and its crypto holdings. So the news is, as of August 14th, 2025, their total crypto holdings blew past $100 billion. $100 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. I mean, that's bigger than the GDP of quite a few countries held in digital assets by BlackRock.
Okay, let's unpack this. What makes this particular number so noteworthy? It's big, obviously, but what's the real significance?
Well, yeah, it's a massive number, no doubt, but it's more than just the size. It really signifies, I think, a major milestone in institutional crypto engagement. It's a turning point.
A turning point. How so?
Because for a firm like BlackRock, managing trillions, to allocate $100 billion to crypto, that signals that the sophisticated infrastructure is finally there. You know, secure custody, clearer regulations, all the pieces needed for a giant like them to commit this level of capital. Ah, okay. So the plumbing is finally ready for the big players.
Exactly. It bridges that gap. What seemed maybe impossible, or at least very risky a few years back, is now apparently fiscally viable for them. Strategically sound, even. And the Economic Times highlighted this. It really underscores a deep operational commitment now. It's embedded.
That's a great point. It really is staggering when you think about where crypto was, say, 5-10 years ago. And that Economic Times piece, it also mentions something really key about what they're holding, right? Bitcoin. Apparently, Bitcoin makes up the bulk of this massive digital asset portfolio. So here's where it gets really interesting for me. What does that actually tell us? When Bitcoin is the primary driver of such huge institutional investment, what's the strategic thinking there?
Yeah, that's a crucial detail. If we connect this to the bigger picture, Bitcoin's dominance of their portfolio, that's a very strong signal. It suggests that for major institutions right now, Bitcoin is seen as the most established, maybe the most reliable digital asset for serious capital.
Reliable despite its history of volatility.
Relatively speaking, yes. I mean, compared to other digital assets, perhaps. It speaks to its perceived stability, maybe its potential as a long-term store of value. When a manager like BlackRock puts so much weight on Bitcoin, it lends it enormous credibility.
Right.
Especially given, the fixed supply, the decentralized nature of things institutions look for, potentially as a non-correlated asset.
Okay.
So this raises an important question, doesn't it? What does this milestone suggest about the long-term trajectory?
Yeah, for crypto as a whole asset class.
Exactly. In the eyes of these major financial players, it signals a clear shift. It's moving out of that niche, purely speculative corner.
And becoming, what, a standard part of the portfolio.
Yeah, increasingly, an increasingly recognized component for diversification. And you can see a ripple effect here.
How so?
Well, other traditional managers might see this and feel, more confident. It could lower the perceived risk for them to follow suit.
Ah, so it might open the floodgates a bit more.
Potentially. Or at least lead to more crypto-native financial products aimed at a broader institutional market.
Wow. It's funny thinking back, isn't it? When Bitcoin was dismissed as, like, magic internet money. And now BlackRock's placing effectively a $100 billion bet on it.
Yeah.
That's quite the pivot. Okay, so let's just quickly bring that together. We've got BlackRock, over $100 billion in crypto as of mid-August 2025. Bitcoin's leading the charge. And this marks a really transformative moment for institutional finance dipping its toes well. More like diving into digital assets. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Why should this grab your attention?
Well, I think it's about understanding these huge macro financial trends, right? Seeing how technology is genuinely reshaping global markets, basically in real time, as being informed on that leading edge.
Absolutely. I mean, this huge sum, this $100 billion, it's such a tangible indicator of that shifting paradigm in investing. It really solidifies the idea that digital assets, especially Bitcoin for now, are not on the fringes anymore.
They're being actively embraced by the biggest players out there. It's not just a step. It feels more like a definitive leap towards mainstreaming, towards integrating these assets into global finance. It really reinforces their legitimacy as a serious asset class. Looks like they're here to stay.
Totally agree. That kind of institutional stamp of approval, it changes the game. And, it leaves us with a really interesting thought to chew on, something for you to think about after this. Consider this. With a titan like BlackRock now holding over $100 billion in crypto, are we actually witnessing the final stage, the final frontier of mainstream acceptance? Or Is this maybe just the first major tremor, the beginning of a much larger earthquake of innovation and, frankly, disruption across the entire financial landscape? Keep those questions turning over in your mind. And yeah, we'll keep diving deep.